Hello and welcome to KPN. This morning, as I promised yesterday, that I will do a video on Raila Amolo Odinga. So in this video this morning, the 26th of January 2022, I want to be honest that Raila Amolo Odinga is a very good historian. Why do I say that? Yesterday, he held a meeting organized by Mount Kenya Foundation to meet the leaders from the Ma community. And in that meeting, the Ma community came in large numbers. And there were a lot of talks, consensus, and the Ma community agreed to work with Raila Amolo Odinga under Azimio la Umoja. So the people who created the event include the governor, Olelengu, again the Narok senator, Olekina. During that meeting, something interesting happened, and you can check this one in YouTube. The speech by Raila Amolo Odinga was historical. That is the time I realized Raila Amolo Odinga is a very good historian. He gave a story how Kenyan communities, the 44 or 43 tribes, found themselves in Kenya. I was interested. That video is like 20 minutes video, and I watched it like 3 times because it was so interesting. So when Raila Odinga time came, he gave a speech, which was not actually a speech, but a history of Kenyan communities. He said that in Kenya, we have many tribes, and how the tribes came into existence, Raila Amolo Odinga, no. Watch that clip for Raila Odinga yesterday with the people of Ma. The people of Ma is the Maasai. Now, so before I dive into the history given by Raila Amolo Odinga, please, if you are watching this video for the first time, please subscribe, give the video thumbs up, share the video, or even comment the video. And I want to thank the subscribers. You guys, you are amazing. You have come through. We are now heading to 60. Congratulations and thank you for supporting the channel. Now let us dive into the conversation of Raila Amolo Odinga history, shall we? Now, when Raila Odinga was invited to speak, he said something which most politicians do not like. Even the young generation like me and you or the others don't like. And I want, if you are between the age of 18 and 34, please watch that video. Because me personally, I got surprised. The video is so interesting. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga narrated how the communities in Kenya, the Nilotes, Bantus, Kushites, and the other what he calls Hamites, something like that, came into Kenya. And he said the communities in Kenya did not plan to be in Kenya. They just found themselves in Kenya. For example, Bantu. We know Bantus. So he said Bantus came from Cameroon through DRC, finally to Kenya. And he said we have Eastern Bantus, Western Bantus. Eastern Bantus are the Kikuyus, and the Western Bantus are the Luyas. These people settled around Mount Kenya and settled around Mount Elgon. That is for you, Raila Molo Odinga, giving history. Again, he said, after some Bantu settled in Mount Kenya and others settled in Western, those in Mount Kenya were relocated, and some went to Molo in Nakuru, others proceeded all the way to Nakuru. So that history was so amazing to me. It really shown that Raila Molo Odinga is the person to beat in history. Again, he talked about Nilotes. You see, when I was in high school, I have been told only Nilotes, we have the plain Nilotes and the River Lake Nilotes. From there, nothing. But Raila Molo Odinga gave the history of Nilotes. He said the Nilotes originate from Egypt through Sudan, and then entered into northern Kenya. And that is where we have the River Lake Nilotes, which followed River Nile and entered through Lake Victoria. So they settled around Lake Victoria. That is where we have Luos. The plain Nilotes include the Maasai. They came through Sudan, northern Kenya. That's why we have the plain Nilotes, Maasais, and the rest. And Raila Molo Odinga was very categorical here. He said the Maasai and the Kalenjins and the land between Laikipia, Baringo, Uasin Gishu, Nyandarua, this area belongs to Maasai all the way to Narok or Transmara. That's Raila Molo Odinga for you. I didn't know that, but this time round, Raila Odinga made me know that. Come to Kushites. He said Kushites, these are the people who first started to circumcise. He talked of the Kushites in the Bantus in Tanzania. They are not circumcising. So they borrowed from Kushites. And then now, after that, he said, all these communities, no one planned to be in Kenya. Can you imagine Bantus coming from DRC or Cameroon, Nilotes coming from Egypt all the way to Lake Victoria, and the Kalenjins, Northeastern, and the Maasai. He proceeded again and said, when European, the British came to this country, the first person to come to, the first white settler to come to Kenya is the Delamere, Lord Delamere. Raila Molo Odinga is saying this guy came to Kenya and realized that Kenya is a land of plenty, of milk and honey. Now I understand why Raila Molo Odinga wanted to take us to Canaan. And this Canaan according to Raila Molo Odinga, is Kenya. Kenya is full of honey and milk. And then this guy now went back to Britain, UK, and told his fellow Britons that there is a land in Africa. Remember by then, by Raila Molo Odinga words, he said Africa was talked not as much as the British thought that Africa is a good continent. They talked badly about Africa. So that guy went to Britain, held a lot of meetings in town halls in London, Liverpool, Birmingham, and Manchester. And he said, if you go back with me, you will get 10,000 acres free. And the land this guy is talking about is the central part of Kenya, the Kenyan highlands, around Mount Kenya and Mount Elgon. So the colonizers came, partitioned the land, and that is where the scramble for Africa began. Today I'm an historian because of Raila Molo Odinga. So the scramble for partitioning Africa began. At this stage, Raila Molo Odinga is building why we should unite as one and one country, because none of our communities planned to be Kenya. We all of us found ourselves where we are. The Kalenjins, Maasai, Chikenda, all the tribes. So it is not somebody's fault to be a Kalenjin, to be a Maasai, to be a Kikuyu, to be a Luo, to be a Luya, to be a Meru. It is not our fault. So we came here, all of us differently. So we should live as one country. And then he said again, people found themselves in Kenya without invitation of any person. The Bantus, which are the Kikuyus and the Luos, found themselves in Kenya. The Kushites found themselves in Kenya. The Nilotes, the same. So no one asked for permission to be in Kenya. No one is a squatter. Let me quote the words of Oscar Sudi. Now, these guys came, then they partitioned Kenya. They took the fertile lands around Mount Kenya and around the western region, Mount Elgon. Now, Raila Molo Odinga is saying again, Mount Kilimanjaro, which is in Tanzania, was actually in Kenya. But Queen Victoria gave Mount Kilimanjaro as a birthday gift to the Prussian Prince Ottoman Bismarck as a gift. That is, it explained why some parts of that border between Kenya and Tanzania was sometimes meandering and then it comes straight. So that is the history for you from Raila Molo Odinga. As a young person, I really appreciate because I didn't know all these stories. So even Mount Kilimanjaro was initially in Kenya. He said about the British colonists who came to Kenya deliberately and then went through central Kenya, Rift Valley, up to western, the white settlers. And then again, these guys from the UK, the British, colonized us and partitioned Kenya. They took Laikipia, as per Raila Molo Odinga, they took Laikipia and converted to ranches. So that's why Laikipia, they have some ranches up to now. And then Raila Amolo Odinga said, Wasingishwa came. Remember, I said the plain islands came through northern Kenya. So all of Baringo, Turkana, Wasingishu, all the way to Transmara, Laikipia, Nyandarua, all the way to Masaini, that was a Masai land for you. Now you know. And they said these white settlers came through central Kenya all the way to Mount Elgon. When they reached Nakuru, they said Nakuru is a place of falling water. They came to Naivasha. Naivasha is a place of cold water. Nairobi is a place of, not sorry, Nairobi is a place for cold water, and then Nakuru is a place of for falling water. Then Naivasha is a place of fresh water. I'm asking myself, is there any fresh water in Naivasha? No, because there is a lot of sedimentary rocks in Naivasha. Raila Odinga all this time is building the history of Kenya, about how we found ourselves in this country, how we will be living in this country, because initially we were not in this country, we came from far. Now, he said now, through that togetherness, as in Azimio la Umoja, we can build modern economy where there is commercialization of agriculture, urbanization, development of road network, electricity for all, water for all in urban and rural areas. And then he gave an example of Germany. Germany was initially had a lot of tribes. He said they were the barbarians, they were the Prussians, and the rest. So they were tribal, just like Kenya. One day, Ottoman Bismarck came and told the people of Germany that if you do not unite, the French and the English people will undermine you. And that is when the Germany became one and starts to develop. Raila Amolo Odinga said Germans were fighting for almost 30 years. 30 years. So there is hope in this country. That is the message from Raila Amolo Odinga. If Germany united, then Kenya can unite. Then he said again, that is why Sahi, you can see Germany is a developed country. This man called Ottoman Bismarck introduced discipline to the people of Germany, and he transformed Germany. That is why you will see Mercedes-Benz is made from Germany, BMW, Germany, Hyundai, Germany. Again, that is unity. If not unity, then Germany would have been a third world country, not a first world country like now. Again, he said we must modernize our agriculture. How do we modernize our agriculture? By commercializing agriculture, so that people can do large-scale farming and the rest, can do irrigation, modern agriculture like Israel. Then so that people can get enough food, enough water, electricity, social amenities, and the rest. We can get schools because the country is developing. And then he said, I gave an example of South Korea. And he said Korea in 1963 was at the same level as Kenya. But now Korea is a first world country. He said Koreans had the same per capita, had the same GDP, had the same income as Kenya. But now, ahead of us, first of all, we are still that one country because we are fighting. Tribalism is killing this country. Now, remember, Korea now are the manufacturers of Samsung, LG, what else from South Korea? and the likes of that electronics. And again, he said, unity of purpose as in you. He said, we want to be one, such that when we meet in a place like the election which is coming, we vote and say, let me vote for Ruto, other person votes for Raila, and at the end of the day, they remain one as Kenya, no matter who will win. That's Raila Amolo Odinga, very simple man. And he gave an example of a football team, Bayern Munich and FC Cologne. FC Bayern Munich are supported by Parians, and the Cologne are supported by the Prussians. So when they convert in a stadium, the stadium will be packed and they will support their team. And at the end, everybody will go home peacefully. So in this election, we must do our election, go home peacefully. Now, so he said again, Kenya is a country of plenty, of milk and honey. Therefore, he said, when he clinches the presidency this year, and as he knew, he will make sure Kenya will participate in AFCON qualification. They will qualify to AFCON and World Cup. He gave an example of a small country, small island like Comoros. And then again, he said he has these factors which can solve the problem of this country. He has the know-how to solve the problem facing this country. And that is why he said the people of Western, Rift Valley, Eastern, Central, South, Mombasa, and all of us, let us come together as one and as new, so that Kenya will progress and as new. Finally, he thanked the people of Ma for joining him. So for sure, for today I learned a lot of things from Raila Amolo Odinga, especially the history. I didn't know. So if you want to know more, just look for that speech by Raila Amolo Odinga to Ma community. Before I go, I'm still humbly requesting you to subscribe so that YouTube can recommend the video to other YouTube users. And I want to thank the subscribers again for coming through. I want to do a video again this morning about the president meeting the people of Western Kenya, the leaders from Western Kenya, barely 2 days after the earthquake by Sunday. So I will do it and it will be released. Thank you very much and a very good morning.